So Jim, one of the reasons that I was eager to collaborate with you on this particular exercise was that you've actually spent time working as a former advisor. Was there anything in the findings that resonated with you, particularly because of that background?
You know, Amy, the big thing that resonated with me as a former advisor was the importance of emotional intelligence in dealing with clients. You know, this business is now a business where there's pretty free access to talent. There's pretty regular access in open architecture to the different types of products, different services, even technology platforms and other aspects of business building, so that it's almost a commodity business. In fact, in my discussions with leaders at various firms, including boutique wealth management firms as well as leaders of private banks, they've lamented to me that it's now become a commodity business. And I think that that's very true with the exception of one key area. And that key area is emotional intelligence. So how do we as advisors, as advisor teams, as organizations serving the client, how do we interact with ourselves? How do we interact with other people in the industry? How do we interact with centers of influence? And most importantly, how do we interact with clients out there?
So emotional intelligence is clearly a key differentiator. That means a lot of different things to different people. What do you think the most important aspects of emotional intelligence are?
Simply stated, emotional intelligence is the capacity for recognizing our own feelings as well as those of others, motivating ourselves, and managing our emotions well for both ourselves and in our relationships.
So thanks for that great description of emotional intelligence, Jim. That's really helpful. But as a wealth management leader, why does that matter to me?
So, really good question. Most people in the wealth management industry have a sufficient IQ to be able to meet clients' needs and perform technically well for their clients. But we find that there's a real range of emotional intelligence capability with advisors and teams within the wealth management industry. And unlike IQ, which can only be developed a little bit and incrementally, emotional intelligence can be developed substantially and over the remainder of our lives. And there's also research that shows that when you compare emotional intelligence with IQ and with the experience of a candidate, that the successful leader will have the higher emotional intelligence as the predominant factor around success. There's also research showing that there's real difference for higher EI in terms of productivity, in terms of sales, in terms of employee engagement, and in terms of profits at the bottom line. And this is not only true for industry in general, but also true, we think, for the wealth management industry.